Good evening, everyone. This is the Little Boss Chick with two C's going over the cast reveal for the men of Love is Blind, Season 10, Ohio. Um, Before I get started, I wanted to make sure that I took a pause um, due to some circulating allegations in regards to one of the cast members, but I felt it is important that I share the following information. Um, and regardless of if the allegations come out to be true or if it's false, I just wanted to share. One of the pieces of information I wanted to share is in regards to the National Domestic Violence Hotline. Up here is some information. They do have an 800 number, 1-800 799 7233. On their website, they also offer a chat as well as a text and AI chat. The other site that I wanted to share is Take Back the Night, and their contact information is also shown here. And for both situations, either one, if it is a life threatening emergency, please call 911. Counseling support, the RAIN hotline for counseling support is 1-800 656 4673 in the US. For civil action, the National Sexual Assault Legal Hotline form, or you can call 567 SHATTER, and that's spelled SHATTER. And then the suicide hotline, you can either call or text 988. Thank you so much for um, allowing me the space to share that information. And with that being said, we will go ahead and start reviewing the Love is Blind Season 10 cast, the men. Starting off with Alex. He is 31, financial sales. He has a Pisces, and he is dressed like a normal person. And it does look nice. Excuse me. Soccer is life for Alex. And it sounds like he was a Division One goalkeeper, but did not expect that his profession would be cut short due to um, it looks like 4 knee injuries. And I can definitely understand that it takes a toll on a person, both physically as well as psychologically as well. Alex is still hoping to score, especially with a spontaneous woman who will embrace his inner nomad. Um, I'm not for sure what he means by his inner nomad, if he means kind of psychologically, emotionally, he is kind of wandering around, or if he means that he is living in like a sprinter van, which is totally fine. I've seen other folks, I've seen the Nomad movie. It would not be my particular cup of tea if I was looking to get engaged to a person, but it is all good. Fingers crossed, she'll accept Alex Worth's habit of taking a sip of water from the fridge, putting it back in. Um, I don't think I would necessarily stray away from it, but it feels like we would need to have conversations in regards to adding additional waste into the world. In return, Alex promises to be his partner's constant no matter where they choose to lay down roots, which really brings me back to the whole nomad thing. It really sounds like he's wandering around. And um, apparently he used to live in Minnesota. So I wonder how long he's lived in. Ohio. But anyway, we shall move along. Alex L. Okay. If you have seen my shorts in regards to the left swipe um, list, he is on my list of a left swipe. He would be a left swipe for me. First of all, the suit is ill fitting. It looks like the pants are too short. I don't know why that's bothering me. But this is our lovable smartass. Not really for sure if that means that he is a smart ass and um, him and his friends get a good chuckle, or does that mean you're constantly poking jokes at the person that you're dating? Because that could explain why you're still single out in Ohio. Anyway, um, let's see here. Alex also has the ick of when women use baby voices. It freaks him out. Fine, have it as your ick. Um, don't know what he means by that's 6 months of trouble. Um, stay away. Instead, Alex wants to meet a partner who's completely comfortable in their skin and doesn't expect him to change to meet their expectations. My thought on that is not that anybody should be looking for a project like, oh God, now I forgot her name from Clueless, who was all about having people as a project. But, folks will make changes, they will make shifts in their lives when they are in a relationship, hopefully something for the good. But I hope he is also okay with the person that he is with and not expecting them to change or, yeah, be a project. Um, Alex says bonus points if she's down for yoga and if she golfs.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Sorry, apparently my Echo Dot also had 2 cents to add. Alrighty, so Brendan, I like his outfit, and it might be because I absolutely love our Denver, Colorado um, sunrises and sundowns when it is a beautiful blend of blue and orange. But yes, Denver Bronco colors. My only concern is he looks like he could be a little bit hot because that is a jacket on top of a sweater, on top of probably a long sleeve button down shirt. But I am glad that he understood the assignment of coming um coming to this looking presentable. I'm sure his mom is proud of him. He is 30, accounting and finance manager. Oh, look at that. He too is a Libra. Fantastic. Brennan has a simple motto in life: do hard things. Yeah, whether it's marathon training or finding a soulmate through a wall, I am going to rewind a little bit. In my previous life, when I was competing in quite a few um, triathlons, duathlons, mm, marathons, half marathons, running races. Um, yeah, um, you know what? Either you see do hard things as part of um, the racing, like information to get people pumped up, but yeah, that tracks. Um, in recent years, Brennan has put in the work to become the most emotionally available version of himself, learning how to manage my feelings and express them to a partner is what I'm proudest of. Kind of makes me wonder what he was like in the past. Um, but apparently he once wrote letters by hand to an ex girlfriend on a weekly basis. I can only truly hope that the letters that he wrote was coming from his core and not chat GBT. Um, because again, what happened? Why didn't why didn't the handwritten letters work? Or maybe it did. Um, Let's see here. He hopes to meet a woman who wants to start a family. As for qualities in his future, as for the qualities his future children will inherit from their mother, will be kindness is top of mind. I want to have someone who's soft spoken, caring, and thoughtful. Okay, you know what? Oftentimes, as I'm recording these videos, I think to myself, oh my gosh, I'm kind of soft spoken. But the thing is, I do speak up when I do see like an injustice, if I really feel like I need to express what is on my heart and on my mind. Sometimes that is softly, sometimes that's a little bit louder than um, what my normal is, but I would love, hopefully, he'll explain more in the pods what he means by soft spoken. And it's not what I'm thinking. What I'm thinking is that he wants a wife who will stand behind him instead of standing equally yoked next to him. Caring and thoughtful, whether they're with me or a stranger in a coffee shop. Mhm. Okay, Mr. Chris. Mr. Chris reminds me of Alex from Love is Blind, Minneapolis. And it's just probably like the way his um, shape is faced and haircut and um, hair color just reminds me of Alex. Um, but I will say this much Mr. Chris is dressed awesomely. I love the quarter zip sweater with his slacks and his shoes and his belt are matching. You too. Good job, Chris, for showing up well to the assignment. 33, account executive Pisces. Whether he is, oh, goodness gracious, another one, crushing some triathlons or dominating his opponent in some jujitsu, which reminds me of another Love is Blind cast member. I think it was over in the UK. Anyway, oh gosh, yes. Speaking of Love is Blind in the UK, hey, we got another military veteran. Thank you so much for serving our country. Is looking for someone to match his pace on the treadmill. Now, if I remember correctly, there was a female. Who is it? I think it might be Kia. I think she has the green dress on, who has taken up running. Hopefully, those two have the opportunity to talk about some of their running adventures. Um, and hopefully Chris is okay if he accidentally connects with the flight attendant. If you know, you know who I'm talking about from the Love is Blind over in the UK. Um, da, 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 da. Chris is still searching for a lasting connection with an emotionally intelligent woman of his dreams. If all goes accordingly to plan, Chris's two pets, an adopted stray cat by the name of Chalupa. How cute is that? Because my dog's name is Chorizo, and his dog Cookie will have a new mom in no time, as long as she can put up with his habit of singing to them every morning. I think that is absolutely precious. And um, Chris, I hope that you find your ideal partner. I don't think I really saw anything that seemed like any red flags. So let's keep moving along. Connor, okay, nicely dressed. I don't have really much to say. Connor is 32, account management, Pisces, um, fancies a trip to Grandpa's Cheese Barn. Well, then, Connor might be the guy for you. It's exactly how it sounds. Connor says about his family summer tradition to visit the iconic Ohio establishment. Um, all he needs is a ride or die partner by his side and lactate. Mm-hmm. Um, I want Little Me's running around to teach them soccer. Okay, okay. Um, I mean, hopefully, the little kiddo or kiddos are into soccer. Um, it could be like he might get a little bookworm, and that is totally okay too. And let's see here. Apparently he rambles a lot. So do I. And let's see here. Plenty of time to chat in the pods where he's seeking a woman who makes him feel secure in the relationship and confident about their future together. Okay, Connor. Well, if you make it out of the pause, I don't know why. I have a gut feeling that he might kind of fade away in the background. Mr. Devon. Ooh, my bad. He reminds me of Devon from Love is Blind Minneapolis. I am so sorry, sir. Devo is his real name. Dressed nicely. Yep. He is 32, lone officer, Sagittarius. Okay, look. Devo was the first person that I did a short about um for my Love is Blind left swipe list. And here's the number one red flag. On the rebound after his last relationship. Devo is going full court press, blah, blah, blah. He likes sports. Sports is his love language. So hopefully, the person that he pairs up can speak the same language and have the same passion. I do appreciate that Devo says that he will cheer for her, meaning his woman, on the sidelines. I don't want you to give up your dreams or your passions. I want to be able to support you. That's good. Marriage minded guy. We will see. Um, he won't seek a second date with someone whose communication skills are not up to his standards. Hmm. I find that interesting. I also find it a red flag. Um, because part of being in a relationship, just my opinion, is learning how to actively listen, actively communicate with your partner. Sometimes you may have to adjust how you communicate, and vice versa. I don't, I'm hoping that whomever was typing up his information, maybe they didn't get the full picture, but it's not quite selling right as far as the sentence about communication skills aren't up to his standards. I'm not a I'm not a mind reader. So when I have to guess what's going on or what you're thinking, that gives me the ick. You know what else can give a person an ick is when you keep trying to explain something to them and they're just not fully listening and then you just get tired and then that's when they ask, "Oh, what's on your mind?" Well, you know what? I've been trying to tell you. Anyway, I am going to move I'm going to move on. Not saying that's his situation, but I mean, I could see if someone or others, maybe in the past, may have communicated and maybe it just wasn't being well received. Harimal. Love his outfit. Love the color. Love the floral shirt. He too understood the assignment. 36, he is an ER doctor. That sounds very interesting, and it also sounds like it could take up a person's time, which may explain why a person is single. He is a Virgo, As an ER doctor, Harrimal knows how precious life can be, and is now searching for someone to spend the rest of his life with. Um, Secretly, I'm hoping that he has the opportunity to have conversations with the female that is also a doctor, and perhaps they might be able to chat about some of their experiences. Not for sure if they're going to connect, but like I said, I hope that they get to enjoy their pod experiences with one another. Um, Harrimal loves to do little romantic things for his friends. Go to the dog park with his beloved husky, Brano, and listen to 6 hours of music every day. That is a little bit too much for me, but I do understand people do like listening to music as they are working, so I can see how the 6 hours um, can be accomplished. Um, Back when I was running a whole bunch of marathons, triathlons, so on and so forth. That was usually the time in which I would actually listen to music. But anyway, enough about me. Let's go back to Harrimal. Um, Sometimes I wonder if I'm going to end up being too much for somebody once they figure out how much I care, he says. That is a very interesting statement. Does it mean that you're suffocating folks with all of your care? And perhaps you just need to step back, allow them a little bit of breathing space. Um, Maybe even step back and give them the opportunity to show them how much they care for you as well. I don't know. Anyway, guess we'll find out. If you haven't looked at Harrimal's Instagram, love it. He is out here living a life. Yes. Yes. Um, Looks like fun. Anywho, go ahead and close that out. Jordan, he too is on one of my shorts for the Love is Blind left swipe list. And it's primarily because people, please do not roll up to your first day of school. I mean, your first day of Love is Blind with shoes that look like you've been playing in the mud. Just clean them off, look presentable, put your best foot forward. Pun intended. But Jordan, you know what? You do actually look like a fun loving character. He is 34, an account executive, Pisces. Oh, look at that. Known for the left of the party by friends and family. Jordan stays laughing through life, but he's never been more serious about finding a partner after 9 years of being single. I've been through, I have, I've been through heartbreak before, and that's when you start putting up walls. Well, I guess you're going to have walls around you for the next few days as you are looking for your perfect match. Apparently, he has a close knit family. Jordan would love to share um, in his favorite traditions. Sounds like they'd be playing cards. I mean, I do love myself some Uno and also spades. Love spades. You let me know if you love spades too. Anyway, that is Jordan. Pumpkin spice latte. And you know what? I pulled up the pumpkin spice latte color palette right here, right here. Pumpkin spice color, pumpkin spice latte color palette. Represented all right here, even down to the chocolate. Alrighty. Kevon, Kevan is a realtor. Mm-hmm. Kevin is waiting for that sweepy off your feet moment that he has stayed grounded. Uh, Is he wanting to be swept off his feet? Interesting. Or is he waiting to sweep someone else off their feet? He is an energetic go-getter. Uh-huh. Embracing a new motto in life. Um Kevin has recently been on a journey to focus on his health and start his real estate career. Okay, so you haven't been a realtor for that long, and it's going to take a little bit of time. Uh-huh. And the last piece of the puzzle is having a lovely lady by his side. He cherishes his guy friends. Kevin, I think you might be a red flag, sir. Um, Something is telling me that you might have to bake a little bit longer being single and getting your life to where you want it to be. So I'm going to move on to the next person. Alrighty, Kevin. All right, looks nice. I have to giggle a little bit because that right hand looks like he doesn't really know where to place it. So it's just kind of there. He is 35, a CPA. He is a Taurus. Morning person, likes some black coffee. He also is doing some local nonprofit fundraising for cancer research. Um, he's done this every year. Kevin participates in an annual bike ride fundraiser after losing his father to the disease. I am so sorry to hear that, Kevin. Um, oh, there is also a woman in the pods whose mom also passed away of cancer. Um, while he hasn't found his soulmate yet, Kevin is confident that his fellow Ohioans will deliver. People think Ohio is boring, but it's not just a flyover state. It has a vibrant art scene, awesome sports team, and amazing people. You know what? I'm going to agree with you on that because I do have a coworker that lives out in Ohio who is also a phenomenal artist. And it just kind of makes me think that Ohio might be on the cusp that Denver was on back when I first moved here. Um, so yeah, I bet Ohio is probably going to start popping off. Anyway, next person. Don't like him. And it's only because of the stance reminds me of Bump, this guy, Trevor. Uh-huh. Bodybuilder also. So they must have said Miguel in his bio. It says somewhere that he is a bodybuilder, and they said, "Okay, you stand like a bodybuilder. You stand there tall with your arms crossed." Alrighty, Miguel, 32. I might have accidentally called him Trevor, but sorry about that. Software engineer. Oh, look at that. Not in accounting. Born in Puerto Rico. Um, Miguel is proud to have built a life in the U.S. after landing a basketball scholarship and a job in Cincinnati. Congratulations on that. Um, Dating stateside, however, has been less successful. Um, yep, there it is. Pro bodybuilder. I think he also says that um, dating in Ohio is insular to make a match. So Miguel likes to drive um, hours, and it does say hours, not just 1 hour, but hours out of his way for a dinner date. Um, anyway, that is a red flag because I can't imagine that Ohio is that small or wherever you're at in sounds like Cincinnati since he found the job in Cincinnati. I can't believe that Cincinnati would be so small. In which how would a person be able to date everyone? Mm-hmm. Sounds like there's more to this story, Miguel. Don't know what it is, but um it does make me chuckle that you do drive hours just for a dinner date. Miguel can't wait to introduce um, his new person to his family, who loves to celebrate New Year's Eve together. Okay, that sounds like fun. Um, will he ring in 2027 as a married man? Nope, not if he has been dating everybody and in Cincinnati or Ohio, it sounds like. Well, actually, there are rumors that there are two contestants who actually know each other. You know what? This could be Miguel. Did I just crack a code? Maybe. Doubt it. But let's go on to the next person. Okay, Mike. Um, so I do have issues with Mike's slacks. It looks like you have a pair of my pants on, and I'm only 4'11". So I do apologize for me, my taste. Um, does not necessarily vibe when the ankles are ankling, saying hello to the world. Anyway, Mike, 30, sales manager. He is a Taurus. Let's see here. 7 months ago, Mike left New Jersey behind to seek new opportunities in Cleveland. I'm fresh to Ohio. Now, this makes me wonder if this is the same type of situation that was going on with the Love is Blind Denver, that quite a few of the cast members moved out to Denver to be a part of Love is Blind. Um, so, yes, I think I'm still a little bit bitter that the Denver folks didn't necessarily represent Denver, Colorado, but hopefully Mike can represent Ohio. That's in a fashion that is suitable for Ohio. Let's see here. Michael typically meets women out at bars, on the apps, which he admits plays into his worst habits. I focus too much on the physical and I tend to be picky, he says. Well, that's fantastic, Mike. Glad you came on Love is Blind. Hope the experiment works out in your favor. Um, he says that, well, it sounds like the type of ladies he keeps open his eyes open for are dark hair and a beautiful smile. Typically grabs his attention. While Michael was too immature to marry in the past, can I just ask how long ago in the past we're talking about? Was it 7 months ago? Um, Hopefully, he has made some changes, some shifts, in which he's a little bit more um, marriage centered. Um, he's been working on himself and his communication skills to make the most of the experiment. Good. I don't know. Are they teaching Love is Blind courses? I don't know. Um, what hasn't changed is his love language, which is giving gifts. Okay, it makes me giggle a little bit because I'm not for sure if he's giving a gift, like he ran across something that truly represents the person that he's dating at the time, with the intent of, I am giving you this gift because it it made me think about you or something that you're doing or something that you're interested in, something that is unique about them. Or are you giving a gift to kind of shut a person up? Like, no, seriously, here, I love you. Here's a gift. Um, I could be completely wrong because I do not know Mike. I do not know any of these people, but I have seen scenarios with, friends, family members, that kind of reminds me of this whole gift giving thing. All he asks in return is for a loyal and genuine connection with a woman who won't mind a sink full of dirty dishes or his habit of biting his nails. Now, Emma. I think it's Emma who does the yoga. She also I think she may even have like a cooking channel on the YouTube or the TikTok or something who gets inspired in the middle of the night or whatever and will put together a dish. But I think she also said something about um, either having a lot of dirty dishes or wanting a partner that will clean the dishes. So mm, if those two connect, I hope that they have plenty of pots, pans, dishes, flatware, so on and so forth, because it sounds like those two won't be doing any dishes. Oh my gosh, it also makes me wonder, ooh, when they do like their apartment reveals, are both of them going to have like apartments with, like a week's worth of dishes just sitting there from when they left to go on Love is Blind? Anyway, on to the next person. Mr. Parker, you know what? You look too innocent for Love is Blind. It looks like you should probably find yourself like a matchmaker or a yentl, but let's see what you have to say. Now, the velvet jacket, not necessarily my cup of tea, but I do appreciate the fact that he is coming to the assignment and trying to put his best foot forward. 29. He is a business owner, Sagittarius. Parker is ready to meet the love of his life after taking time to meaningfully reflect on how he shows up in a relationship. Parker, stop it. It sounds like you are putting in work to be a good partner. Oh, you got yourself a little Bernese mountain dog. Um, yeah, this is cool. As the owner of an automotive company, congratulations on starting your own automotive company. Um, he really rarely gets a moment to himself. Parker, maybe right now you need to bake in that dating oven a little bit longer. So excuse him if he's not the life of the party. I'm not always an extrovert, says the automotive company owner, but okay. Sometimes my inner introvert takes over. You know what? I'm not going to bash him on that because I know for myself, I function very well and extrovert it well, but um, I do seek for those moments where I can just be alone and recharge and reset. Parker says ideally by next summer, he'll have a wife to join his family Sunday cookouts at his parents' house. Oh, I sure hope so, Parker. Um, you seem very adorable. Mr. Steven looks nice. Yep. 32, finance, Sagittarius. Before entering the pods, Steven has been dating with the love is blind mindset. The best relationships have okay, the best relationships I've had have been based on personality first and looks were secondary. That is very interesting because if you have already tried this experiment before the experiment, but yet you're still single, why are you here? Um, anyway, he wants to lock down a highly social and optimistic partner with a deep appreciation for family. Um, save the sibling drama because that's one of his icks is when people speak badly about their brother or sister. I'm glad that I haven't ran across that. Um, that and discovering that the girl he's dating has an OnlyFans account. This feels like it kind of contradicts his thing about the love is blind mindset. I guess I hope he Who the heck? How many people are out there dating folks that have an OnlyFans account? I mean, because he just says this like it happens on a normal basis. Mr. Steven, I think I am seeing red flags with you on a few places in your bio already. But Stephen enjoys painting and glass blowing, a hobby he picked up during COVID. That's pretty cool. Perhaps this budding artist will find his muse on the other side of the pods. Well, I forgot who said it. Kevin, Kevin, did say that Ohio does have quite a few artists. And apparently, Stephen is one of them. Tyler H., 32. I do not know why his vibe kind of reminds me of, uh, what was his name? Giovanni, Love is Blind, Italy. Mr. Kevin, you kind of look like you might wear a cape when the weather is cold. You kind of have a vampire energy about you. I don't know. It might be the eyes. I don't know. Anyway, 32, management consultant. Um, Rather than look for someone to grow old with, see, you are a vampire because you're not growing old. Tyler is searching for someone who makes him feel forever young, like a vampire. You can go to music festivals at 70s if you want to. Um, on his bucket list, he wants to crisscross the globe. That sounds like fun. Been to 18 countries so far. Um, a lot of people are pretty locked in. Um, oh, nobody wants to leave Ohio. A lot of people are pretty locked in. Should Tyler find his forever travel buddy, he's prepared to deliver in the romance department, like a vampire usually does. But I could see him being romantic. Um, Romance to me is saving all their little details in my phone, like their Chipotle order or how they like their coffee, he says. In return, he only asks that she remember his favorite beverage, chocolate milk. Chocolate milk. Not hot chocolate, but chocolate milk. Okay. Like like a little kid. That's so cute. Uh, yep, I'll just keep it at that. And won't mind his habit of late night vacuuming. Sometimes I do it at 4 o'clock in the morning, like a vampire. Alrighty. Victor. I like his outfit. I like his outfit. 34. Oh, he's a professor. At 6'3" and a PhD. Okay, professor. Victor makes quite an impression, but women tend to miss what's on the inside. Now, how is it that you could be a professor in which people are missing what's on the inside? Because I would love to believe that you should be able to vocalize and represent yourself from your core to the outside. But anyway, people I've dated have seen me as a Superman, then stop doing everything for everybody. And it makes it hard to open up, he says. You should probably see a counselor. My biggest fear is being vulnerable and getting hurt. See, this is the reason why um this whole impression of you is not connecting together. Oh my gosh, Mr. Victor. Um, you know what? Probably the hardest part of being in a relationship is letting go and allowing yourself to open up and to be vulnerable and to sometimes get hurt as one is navigating through any type of relationship. Um, anyway, he's originally from Brooklyn. I can totally see that. Yes, you look like Brooklyn. Okay. Um, let's see here. Up. You want some transparency, consistency, and overall security. He can offer in a relationship. Um, oh, those are his values. But he knows good things come to those who wait. I am a slow burn. Yes, you are a slow burn because you're scared to open up and be vulnerable. Um, haha. I'm not a golden retriever. I'm a Doberman. Uh huh. Now some folks will say, but a Doberman is still a dog. Um, but I'm picking up what he is putting down. Oh, the experiment could fast track him to the altar, but if Victor meets a woman with a strong sense of purpose and an even stronger connection to God, then he's more ready to commit. Victor, please do not come onto this show and constantly say, but I'm not for sure if I'm ready to get married. Then why be on the show? Why be on the show? The whole concept of the show is to do the pods, hopefully find someone, and then you run off and you get married. But then again, other people will say that part of the journey of the show is folks do have the option of saying no at the altar. Um, but yeah, for the most part, it is a show that we all watch in hopes that folks can find that special person and make it to the altar. But Victor, I hope that you enjoy your journey. Something tells me you are going to make it out of the pods. You will probably even walk down the aisle, and I would absolutely love for you to um, be able to say yes to the right person. And I think that is it. Yep. Now it's the women. And I've already done the women. So, um, again, this is Little Boss Chick with two C's. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe. Please share my videos with others that you know who also enjoy the Love is Blind. I would also love for you to um, leave any comments or if you have any predictions. I know that the season starts tomorrow. And um, before I forget, I also did, I took my little notes as far as how many times the men, um, the male cast members appeared on the Meet the Cast video. Alex L. Next to it, I said the big ding dong. He actually appeared 3 times. Um, if he doesn't make it out of the pods, I'm going to assume um, he probably just had some ridiculously funny or just ridiculous moments in the show, and that's why they captured him 3 times in the Meet the Cast. Brennan 2 times, Kevin 2 times, Mike 2 times, and Tyler H 2 times. Um, so yeah, I would be interested to see if these folks who were shown a few times, or a couple for the men, um, actually pair up, if they actually make it out of the pods and down the aisle. We shall see. But again, please feel free to also leave any predictions you may have. Thank you so much and goodbye.